Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining as always is your host, Tricky, and my co-host, JP. How are we today on this cold, rainy day, JP?
It actually wasn't too bad this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But
And then all of a sudden I was sitting in the city and it just started pissing down with rain. So it's a bit cold, a bit chilly.
what was the traffic like with the rain? 'Cause I know on the way home from gym, I saw a massive crash on Clyde.
Yeah, I went past that.
Clyde North one,
I went past that. That's still there.
Yeah.
Traffic's pretty bad on going towards Berwick and stuff, but coming this way it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And weekend, and what we get up to, mate? Other than you don't want to really discuss the footy, I'm assuming in your ones, or
No.
close game. Happy with the effort?
Yeah. Well, when you're down to one rotation by, I think it was half time, I'm pretty sure, maybe 3/4 time.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting second last, and to really fight it out 4 quarters and give it to the end. Like, even I think we were down by 4 goals. We brought it back to 11 points by the end of it, which is pretty good.
Yep.
So yeah, pretty good effort. We're building something hopefully down there.
Yep.
So hopefully next year we're up in the top 4 at least.
Yep. It's the aim.
Yeah. I'll probably be playing 2s next year. But nah, if I'm playing 1s, I'm playing 1s. But
Doesn't really phase you.
nah, I'm just out there just have a kick.
Yeah, fair enough.
But once you cross that line, it's never just have a kick. It's
Serious face comes on.
serious.
Tell you what, the game I did though,
Go on.
absolute blinder.
Yeah.
So it was Warburton Millgrove, had to drive up to Warburton. Don't know if you know whereabouts that is.
Pretty far.
It's a fair hike though. It was Warburton versus Powelltown. And apparently they're big rivals. So Powelltown didn't lead all game, but they were always staying in between probably that 3-goal margin.
Yep.
And then Warburton were just well on top, I thought. In every stats, they would have been well on top. Obviously, I actually got to do the league commentary this week instead of the special comments as one of the blokes was away.
Yep.
But they just looked like they were on, and then a bit of drizzle came down in the last quarter, and Powelltown just came into their own. They dominated the ruck all day. They had this guy named, I think he's Ben Ratton.
Yep.
He was on Premier Data's Insta post or Facebook post the other week, and we were having like 39 disposals, 50 hit outs and that.
Wow.
But he was just a freak. He dominated the ruck, but literally with about, I want to say, a minute and a half to go, minute and a half to 2 minutes to go, Powelltown kick a goal and they hit the lead by a point.
Yep.
Then 30 seconds later, they kick another goal, get in the lead by 7 points. And there's about probably 90 seconds left, and we're in the commentary box going, what is going on? We're actually screaming. Like, at this point, we're screaming.
Yeah.
Then we're like, they need a goal here. Then Warburton get it out.
Yep.
And they kick a goal. So they're down by 1 point. We're about 30 seconds to go. Ball going back into the middle. And we're like, oh, my God. It was literally shades of Melbourne on the Friday night. And Powelltown wear Melbourne colours and they're called the Demons. So call it coincidence or not, but it was an absolute cracking game.
Good comeback.
Like for Div 2 footy, and it's funny because last time we were at Warburton, it was Warburton, Alexandra.
Yep.
Exact same thing happened. Warburton led all day and Alexandra came back right at the end of the day.
Yep.
So it's like we're their curse. And then with Monbolk, we're their good luck charm. Nearly every game, only games they've won is when we've been commentating. So
there you go, mate.
But it was an absolute cracker of a game. Like, it's amazing how, like, even though it's low standard footy with Outer East, not Outer East as the whole, but like it's the lowest division, the Outer East Div 2. There's still some cracking players out there. Like, you can find good players in every team, really.
Trust me.
We've
got 4 divisions, and we're playing Div 3, and there's still some absolute crackers in Div 3.
Yeah.
I think even Div 4, man, like there's a lot of good players. I think Jason Ackerman played for South Mornington for 1 game, so.
Swanee's at the Pines.
Yeah, Swanee was playing Div 1, now he's at the Pines. Fev was playing Div 1. Like,
yeah, it's amazing. And on players, if you know the cut and draft series they're doing with the ex-players, it's Nathan Buckley this week. It's at Neil and Durham v Katani.
Yeah.
That's this Sunday.
Couple of boys I know play for Katani, so
yeah, so
that'll be big for them.
Yes, it will be.
Hopefully a big crowd for out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being the countryside, you don't really. Oh, actually, it probably would be a lot lot of spectators out there.
Oh, yeah, that would be. I know Brown. So Jonathan Brown has a podcast with Campbell Brown called the Brownies Podcast.
Yeah.
They had like competition going in. A couple of people sending like voice messages and pitched their reason because they got a bus.
Yeah.
And they pitched their reason why they should be on their bus. They've got about 20 people coming on this bus just heading down. There's going to be sinking beers the whole way. Yeah. And then, so I reckon it'll be a big crowd.
Oh, 100% for that game, definitely. To see Bucks pull the boots on again.
Mm.
Surprised you're not going down there.
I mean, it's still a possibility I could. Not sure yet, but still a possibility.
Mate,
You win, mate?
I'm not. I'm playing footy, mate.
On Sunday.
Oh, Sunday?
It's a Sunday game, apparently. It said Saturday on the website, but then everyone's advertising as a Sunday. So that's why I'm like, ooh. I was like, ooh.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be a possibility.
But as we move on to the footy talk, what a round. I reckon a bit of mixed results everywhere, I thought.
Yeah. Before we start, what do you reckon was this surprise game? And we'll touch on that, obviously.
I want to say Carlton Port, but Port did have 7 outs.
I
want it, but I'm going to flip it. I reckon this is the team you're going to say. Adelaide GWS in Adelaide. GWS getting that win, massive.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, that was a surprise. What's another surprise game? Come on. You have to say Melbourne-Brisbane.
Yeah.
Like,
although Brisbane has proved, like, it's just, I think it's not that it was surprised that they won, it was surprised how they won.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Like, they were down by how many? 39 points I saw at one stage. So, all right, let's get into it. Thursday night footy.
Yep, so I'll do Thursday night. Sydney v Western Bulldogs. Sydney 11-12-78 defeated the Bulldogs 11-10-76. You had Papley popping up with 4, Florent and Franklin with 2. Norton kicked 3. Bomp was massive with 2. And there's some single goal kickers there. But disposals, this young kid, let's say kid, he's I want to say 20, 21? 20, we'll say 21. He had 30 with 11 inside 50, 7 tackles and 773 metres gain. Treloar was big for the Dogs with 33 and 7 clearances, but Bomp was massive with his 31, 2 goals, 6 clearances, 11 score involvements. Libba also with 31 and 11 clearances. Some talking points. John Longmire was his 300th game as coach. What a coach he's been too. Obviously, he has that premiership. Could have got a couple more, but he's just been a great coach, I think.
Yeah, and he's sort of like, well, obviously, Chris Scott has more of a bit bigger lead in that sort of sense, like being a coach and stuff, like with premiership sides and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the both of them show that emotion.
Yeah.
The way they want to win. They, no matter what, drills their players. If they do something bad, like stuff up and stuff, like he's on the phone straight away, getting to him, no matter what, saying like,
yeah,
da. But yeah, it's been a long journey for him. 300 games, like it's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
When did he take over? What?
I want to say so. It was a succession plan with Paul Roos. I want to say so. They won the 2012 flag. Yeah. I want to say 2011. I'll say around that. But he was there since, I think I heard, 2002, 2003 as an assistant. So he's been there for like 20 years already, and it's just magnificent the way he's done it. And like the way he built that young list, even though they haven't probably had the season they wanted to date this season after last season, but the season prior to that.
When did you say?
2011.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well done.
The season prior to that, them making the grand final, they were 17th, I believe. And they're like, where's this going? Next minute, they're playing in the grand final. Yeah. So it's just credit to him how quickly he can rebuild. And I don't know, I just love the way he coaches.
They had the players there to do it.
Yeah.
My father-in-law always says if the players don't want to play for the coach, then you won't win many games. And
that the end scenes when everyone's getting around him at the end of the game after they won shows how much they love playing for Horse. And
how much they want him to be around, how long they want him to be around. Like all these young blokes that are coming through still want him to be their coach.
Mm-hmm.
They went from a grand final last year.
Yep.
But even this year, they've come sat out of the top 8 for so long, but it still shows how much they want him to be the coach.
100%. Bulldogs actually smashing the clearances 52-34 with Tim English he had 60 hit-outs with 22 disposals and 10 clearance with the Swans. They actually opted to drop Tom Hickey.
Yeah, well, I would too.
But I thought it was interesting that they smashed in the clearances, obviously couldn't get done on the scoreboard. And did you see the Dane Rampy hit being offered 2 matches? Yeah. What did you think of this?
Well, it was off ball.
Yep, it was, definitely.
And there was no need for it. Like, it was nowhere near it. I probably wouldn't have given him 2. I'll give him a week for striking.
Yeah.
But not 2.
Yeah, 2 was, oh my God.
You gotta remember, he did hit him high.
Yep.
In the back of the head. Like, anything could happen when the player doesn't see it. So, yeah, it is still rough conduct, whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a week. That's it, not 2.
Mm-hmm.
2's not worth it.
Friday night.
Oh, yeah. So, as I was talking about before, it was a very, very interesting game, we'll say. So, Melbourne v Brisbane. Melbourne defeated Brisbane 105-104. Goal kickers, Petracca 4, Pickett 3, Malcolm 2, and then we had a couple single goal kickers there. Yep. Then we had Gunston for 3, Danaher, Cameron, Bailey, McCarthy 2, and then a couple singles again. Disposals, Brayshaw 29-5 clearances, Gawn 29-39 hit-outs, 10 clearances and 8 intercepts.
Massive game by Maxi Gawn there.
I've got something to talk to you about.
I've got some in the talking points as well about Maxi Gawn. We can talk about after that.
Okay, thank you. Petracca 26, 4 goals, 9 score involvements and 7 clearances. Big game.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter 26, 559 metres game. Viney 25, 8 tackles, 7 score involvements and 5 clearances. Jesus, only Danaher made it.
Yeah, he was the highest disposal getter for the Brisbane Lions. They really lacked in that disposals.
24, 2 goals, 8 marks and 9 score involvements. Talking points, Petracca with another 4. 2 weeks in a row proves for the D's to win the flag. He needs to spend more time forward where he is damaging.
Do you agree with that point? That's something I've noticed. He needs to spend more time forward because, let's be honest, Petracca, magnificent player. Elite 100%. Player.
Yeah.
Ball use coming inside 50, very below par. Get him inside 50 where he's damaging, look out.
Well, they've got the midfield there to have him without being in there. So.
Well, Brayshaw's come off the wing and gone in, and wing and half back, and has been able to take that spot, and he had 29 there as well. So,
exactly.
And Oliver's still to come. We don't know when that's coming, but.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of the footy shows mentioned it ages ago that he should be playing forward.
Mm-hmm.
He's damaging, as you could see, 2 weeks in a row. He still racks up the touches.
Yep.
And he should play like I might sound silly here, but like a Jake Stringer role.
Yep.
Couple of minutes in the midfield, give him a quick spurt, put him back forward, kicks all your goals, but then also he can still be damaging out of that midfield. Next one, Max Gawn also needs to play a standalone ruck.
In order for them to win the flag. Do you agree with this point?
Yeah.
I think he's too damaging to not... They sold Brodie Grundy a dream and it hasn't worked and they've told him to go back and learn to play forward. He's not going to learn that in, 6 weeks to 2 months before when the finals come around.
Nope.
So Max Gawn needs to play as a standalone ruckman. What that means for Brodie Grundy, I don't know.
Whoa.
But for them to win the flag, Petracca needs to spend more time forward and Gawn needs to spend more time in the ruck.
I've heard people going around that Grundy should go for looking for another club.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But I don't know why they're saying go learn forward because they've already got Ben Brown there, Tom McDonald, that's
Jacob Van Rooyen.
Who's playing? Tom McDonald was playing in their twos.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Brown finally got a game. Who else is their main big boy down there?
Well, not big boy, it plays like it, Bailey Fritsch.
Yeah, say Fritchie. But that's what I mean. Their forward line is almost set.
Yeah.
Don't go tell a bloke to go learn forward if you're not going to play him.
I thought this point was interesting.
What's that?
Why did Brisbane?
Oh, yeah. Why did Brisbane go into saving mode?
so early. They put Jack Gunston behind the ball with 5 minutes still to play. I think when that happened, and I've heard some people talk about it too, and I totally agree. When they saw that happen, Melbourne would have been like,
they're afraid.
They're nervous. They're going to game saving mode. They're scared. Let's put our foot down, put our foot on their throats, and go full bang attack and expose them.
Well, what did they have to lose? They were already down. They were already getting done. As soon as you see that, you know a team's nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 5 minutes to go in AFL footy, local footy, I'll even say, is a long time.
Yep.
And I can say that because when you're only up by a couple of goals, it feels like a long, long time, 5 minutes. So, realistically, you should be trying to look the best possible way to attack.
100%.
And Gunston being, he kicked 6 the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's kicked 3 in that game as well. Leave him down there and use your pace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of those players in that Brisbane side are quick.
Yeah.
And I mean quicker than Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want to use it. So, it's their own fault. Oh, yeah, Jake Meltram.
2 goals in the last quarter and the game-winning goal.
Yeah, ex-bomber. I feel sad.
Well, he done it as a bomber too.
Yeah, I know. He did it against Geelong, I think it was.
Yeah, very early in his career. But
Yeah.
I reckon this shows his significant part to the team and his flexibility, because he also played a bit of role in Harris Andrews, and he did it in their flag-winning year 2018. He played a role in Jeremy McGovern in one of the finals. So I think it shows the significant role that Melksham can play in that team in that forward line, because their forward line, as much as we say they've got the tools, it's still not set. They haven't found the right mix.
It's starting to get set. Like I said before, it's mainly their bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got Petracca, that should stay there.
Yep.
You got Fritsch, Pickett, Melksham now. If he keeps up his good work,
Yep.
There's 4. It's your big boys that need to do something.
Yep.
What else we got here? Injuries, Petty to be confirmed, possible ribs.
Yeah, it was ribs or back, I believe I heard. I haven't followed back up on that since I wrote that, but he did look in a bit of hurt.
Oh, mate.
Saturday, so Collingwood Fremantle at the G. So Collingwood 18-5, 113 defeated the Dockers 10-7-67 by 46 points. Elliott kicked 4, Johnson kicked 3, Adams 2, McStay 2, and some single goal kickers. Well, Josh Tracy kicked 3, Luke Jackson and Sam Sturt both kicked 2. Some of the disposals, you had Dick Dacos with 36, with 2 goal assists, 11 scoring involvements, 7 clearances. Josh Dacos also had, I know I haven't read it there, but he had 31 with 7 clearances. To go, he had 26 with 6 scoring involvements, and Jack Crisp had 25 with 7 scoring involvements, 6 tackles. O'Meara was good for the Dockers with 30 and 10 clearances, while Brayshaw also had 30 with 7 clearances and 6 scoring involvements, and Neil Erasmus had 26 with 10 tackles and 7 rebound 50s. Some of the talking points was Dacos boys ran havoc.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised to see both of them up there.
Yeah.
Nick, I knew would be up there straight away, but Josh did not expect that.
Josh is a star.
I knew Josh would be around that mark.
Mm-hmm. As you're getting surprised by a bit of the rain, the storm coming in, thinking about how footy train's going to be tonight.
Yeah, I might not go. But like Josh is still around that middle range, racks up his 20, maybe kicks a goal. But to go just a couple behind his brother, that's a pretty good effort. Off the wing, I believe. Yeah,
he plays off the wing and can go inside every now and then as well.
Yeah, but like mainly off the wing. Might have a couple of minutes in that midfield. Like I said ages ago, Collingwood have about 8 to 10 midfielders that can run through that midfield. They
played Tom Mitchell as a sub. They said it wasn't managed, but I believe it was managed just to rest him a bit and not like have him there because you can use him. And then they were smart with it because who did they bring him on for? Pendlebury.
Yeah.
So they're just managing the load, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're both old or getting old.
Yep.
I feel like Tom Mitchell's actually been one of my surprise players that's actually really fitted in that Collingwood squad.
I was very optimistic on him early, when we first picked him up, and I was like, I don't know. But then I thought, for the clearance work, and he can dish it out to the players and then get the ball moving.
But I feel like ever since he's come to Collingwood, he's been more of an attacking player.
Yeah, he's hit the scoreboard a little bit more.
But, like, I can't remember if he wasn't really an attacking player at Sydney.
No, he was more of a you get it in under handball out.
Like Hawthorn, like he was playing at Hawthorn. But ever since he's come to Collingwood, he's actually been thrown in a more of attacking player, which is awesome. It's actually done him some well there. So it makes him fit in pretty well.
Because let's not forget, he's a Brownlow medalist.
Oh, 100%. But, like, he won the Brownlow off just by getting handballs and not really kicking and not really putting the damage on that scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now he is, which is good.
Taylor Adams was influential with 23 disposals, 2 goals and 7 clearances, as was Darcy Moore with 19 disposals and 11 intercepts. Yeah, Darcy Moore's having another good year. But that was a surprise game from Taylor Adams, and I really liked it. The fact he's putting in some goal kicking into his season as well this year.
Yeah. Well, you've seen him in recent years. He always hit the scoreboard. This year, a couple of injuries with him, bit on and off. About time. He's starting to really... Like, coming into finals, it's really time to try not to get injured times. And then Darcy Moore. I feel like ever since he's become captain, he's been one of the best players.
Did that shock you? Because personally, as a Collingwood supporter, it didn't shock me with him getting captaincy.
Well, there wasn't really anyone else, to be honest. Everyone said Darcy Moore, Darcy Moore, Darcy Moore.
The only other one that people talked about, and it's not a bad shout either, was Maynard.
Yeah. The only reason I would have thought Darcy Moore didn't get it was early stages and still coming up. He was still injury riddled.
Yeah.
So
which is still there every now and then.
Yeah, I know, but like you don't want a captain that's injury riddled. You want someone that's on that park nearly every game, leading the boys out.
Yeah.
Which actually coming in this season, I think, has he had any injuries this season yet?
He's had a little bit, but nothing much.
Yeah. So he's been pretty injury free, looking after himself, and I feel like it's probably one of his best seasons ever. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the captaincy helps him because it makes him grow as a person, grow as a footballer.
Yeah, and Dan McStay returned with 2 goals. Well, did you see the injury to Brandon Walker? That was when they brought the stretcher out.
I was playing footy.
Did you see the footage though? Or it was disgusting.
Bad.
It was.
What did he do?
I can't remember exactly, but you could see like the knee out. Oh. It wasn't great.
Nice.
Gold Coast St Kilda, mate.
This was not actually that surprising, to be honest.
Yep.
In a way, this game. So Gold Coast v St Kilda. Gold Coast defeat St Kilda 77-51, 26 points. The Coasters had 4, Atkins 2, and then a couple single goal kickers there. And then Sharman had 3, and then obviously another couple single goal kickers. Disposals. Flanders had 33, 8 inside 50, 6 score involvements, and 5 clearances. Atkins 32, 2 goals, 8 marks, 7 intercepts, 7 score involvements, and 716 metres gained.
That's a huge game.
Play oath. Well, it's about time. He's been down there for how long now?
A couple of years, maybe.
And he's been on and off. And
he hasn't been getting picked at the same time.
I know, but that's what I mean. Where was I? Powell, 26, 88% efficiency, 10 marks, 13 intercepts, 6 tackles, and 531 metres gained. Brad Crouch, 28 touches, 6 clearances. Wangani Malira, 28 touches, 7 marks, 6 rebound 50s, and 563 metres gained. And Winghanger had 27. Talking points, Tricky.
First win under new coach or caretaker coach Stephen King.
Well, it's a curse. How many games is that now? I think that's 7.
What caretakers have done.
Yep.
I think that caretakers always seem to do all right. Then then they give them the job and it doesn't work. So
I think that's 7 games in a row that a caretaker coach has taken over for the first game and they've won their first game. So that's a pretty outstanding record right there, 7-0 so far. Sam Flanders is really making his mark in the past month. Another
one that has been given the opportunity now to play a bit more midfield time, and he's really surprised me, and he's playing some really good footy, I think.
Yep.
Since our last clip, was it me or you? No, it was Holty I did it with, about Ben King or Max King. We both said Ben King. Then Ben King's gone to water. What's the go with Ben King?
What's the go with the both of them?
That is true.
They both go to the water, mate. I told you guys all. Peter Wright is the best forward in the comp.
Oh, get off it.
Hey.
Get off it in the comp. Give it a spell.
I said, no, sorry, not in the comp, sorry. Rephrase that. Refresh. Better than Max King.
Yeah. Say
And all you guys gave me shit about him. No, Max King's better, rah, rah, rah. And what happened? He turns to water. He can't kick a goal. Ben King. I actually haven't got much bad things to say about him. No one really talks about him as much, so. But he did only have two touches against last week, and then Stewie Drew got the sack.
Yeah.
So I reckon he had something to do with it. So screw you, King.
A final's still a chance for the Suns, and will the Saints make finals?
Suns, no.
Saints?
Pushing.
I don't think the Saints make it.
Other reason I say pushing it, or hold on. What's their run like home?
It's not great, I don't think.
Where are we? So
Next week they have...
this week they've got North. That should be a win.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hawthorn. Then Carlton. That'll be a good game.
Yep.
Richmond. Another good game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cats should lose that.
Brisbane,
and then they got Brizzy and Brizzy.
It's going to be tight.
So
It's going to be very tight.
you give him the first, like this week's game and next week against Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
But
And the rest could go either way.
then you've got what did I say? Carlton and Richmond. That could
They can go either way.
go either way. Geelong, they lose.
Yep.
100%. They'll lose that because the way Geelong's playing right now is unbelievable. And Brisbane, they're 50-50 each week as well.
Not in Brisbane, they're not. Not in Brisbane, they're not.
Well, GWS defined the odds against Adelaide. St Kilda could too. But no. Gold Coast, no, because they've dropped a couple of games that they shouldn't have.
Yep.
So they're the games that you got to win.
100%. Carlton, Port Adelaide, 18-14, 122. Carlton defeated Port Adelaide 10-12-72 by 50 points. Jack Silvani and Motlop both kicked 4, while Matt Cottrell kicked 2. Marshall kicked the 3 and Rosie with 2. Doherty had 26, while Cripps had 24 with 11 score involvements, 10 clearances, 7 inside 50s and 7 tackles. Dan Houston was back at it again with 41 at 83% efficiency, 9 marks and 9 intercepts, while Rosie had 28 with 8 score involvements and 6 clearances, and Drew had 26 with 7 tackles and 6 clearances. Talking points. Port's winning streak comes to an end, and who would have thought it was coming to the end via Carlton?
How many players did you say they had? 7?
They made 7 changes.
Yeah, so it was bound to happen sooner or later.
It was, yeah.
Seriously. They scraped the line against us.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable what they've done though.
Yep.
Like, at least we know, I could say Ken Hinkley's job's safe.
Yep.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
But he does need to add the premiership soon, or he could possibly get the sack. Or Gold Coast could try and take him.
Yep.
Yeah. Jack Silvani started with 4. See, he kicked the first 2.
First 2, yeah.
Yeah.
While also playing a bit in the ruck too, because Harry Mackay went down early in the game.
Yeah. Can't remember how long they said how long he's going to be out.
A little bit though.
I read a post, like his exact day. I can't remember.
It's probably 4 to 6 weeks, probably.
Yeah. Well, if you looked at it the way it was pretty damaging, pretty bad. So, so 4 goals, 17 disposals, 5 marks, 11 score involvements, and 10 hitouts. Probably his best game in a long time. So it's about time.
He's just a workhorse. Tries his heart out every week.
Do you reckon he goes to St Kilda?
He could. His dad's there, but
I know.
are Carlton going to keep him? It's up in the air, that one.
Do you know who another name's getting thrown around for St Kilda?
Yes. Don't. Lockie Whitfield.
Yeah.
You hear that one?
Tom De Koning.
Tom De Koning, yeah.
Yeah. Charlie Curnow was also impressive despite his accuracy in front of goal with 3 goals. 15 disposals, a game high, 11 marks and 12 scoring involvements. What do you reckon of him? Ever since he's come back from that
Good.
injury.
Good. He had a bit of a slope the past probably 6 weeks, as did the whole Carlton team.
Yeah.
But now Harry Mackay's out of the side. This is Charlie Curnow's forward line to take by the scruff of the neck, I believe.
100%.
And he'll thrive off that. I think he's the type of guy that wants to be that man.
Yeah.
So I think look out for Charlie Curnow in the coming weeks.
Sorry, man. I thought that was a light out there. It's actually those lights. It could be damaging. So can Carlton still play finals?
Wow. Yes.
You reckon?
Yes, I think they can. Well, I think they've moved. Where are they now?
I'll get it up.
I think they're either in or just
They're
out.
10th.
10th, yeah. They statistically they can.
See who they've got. Who they got this week?
West Coast, win.
Eagles, and then you guys.
Lose.
St Kilda. Oh, yeah, I said St Kilda ages ago. Melbourne.
Mm. If they play like this, they can.
Oh, no. Gold Coast again. And GWS. I reckon they'll play their elimination final against GWS.
Yeah.
It'll be like last year against you guys, and they'll probably get knocked out, and then I'll be very happy again.
Now, Jordan Boyd was sent straight to the tribunal, facing up to 3+ weeks for his dangerous tackle on Darcy Bird-Jones. Did you see this tackle, and what did you think of it?
I didn't say it, but...
No. Dumped his head into the ground.
No, okay. Well, yeah, that's probably fair then.
I think that was delayed concussion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Injuries, Mackay with his knee and Burn-Jones with concussion. So he goes into the concussion protocols. Nah, next game. I'm not reading it. It's a shit game. It's the worst game I have watched with us this
All right,
year.
at least say, are the Cats back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
If they play the way they've beat us, definitely.
Mm.
Because we actually haven't been that bad. Like,
No.
I didn't think we were that bad, but like the way they played on the weekend, like Jesus Christ.
Is Laverde going to be a big loss for you down back?
Yeah, he always is.
Mm.
But we've got Baldwin there that can come up and play for us. So it's in a way like when Baldwin played for us, he actually played all right for us. So sort of a like for like. Hawkins keeps his friggin' kicking 5 goals against us again. Jesus Christ. That man gives me nightmares sometimes when we play him.
One thing I want to question you on, though, is let's say, obviously, you're an Essendon supporter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your captain staging a free kick that did not need to be staged and looked ridiculous?
Yeah, it was pretty piss poor.
Like, did that annoy you, as that's supposed to be the guy that's leading your club? If that makes sense.
No, it didn't really annoy me. Like watching it, because they do it in slow mode. Like it looks a lot slower. And it looks like a lot worse in slow mode the way they do it. So you can't really pinpoint on like how quick it was and how hard it probably was.
Yep.
But the staging part, how he fell down, does make him look weak a bit. Like, come on, man. It's just a hit in the back. Take it. Don't stage it. Obviously, he copped a fine. So that's his own fault. And the only injury was Laverde with his ankle. But I've heard it was fine.
Yeah. He didn't look good when he did it.
No, I heard the reason they took him off was just precaution.
Yep.
So I reckon he's back this week still. So, yeah.
Did you want to do the next game since you didn't get to talk about that game much?
Yeah, we'll do this game because it's actually an exciting game. So Adelaide versus GWS at Adelaide Oval. Who would have thought that GWS would win?
At Adelaide Oval.
At Adelaide Oval.
GWS are coming, mate. I'm telling you. Adam Kingsley's doing a really good job.
Yeah, well, it's probably about time that one of those coaches actually that get hired for their first season actually get to do something like well and actually present their team pretty well. So he's got him. I reckon he's got him pretty fit down there. Like looking at himself, like I think he runs around with the boys as well. So, anyway, back to it. 57 defeated by 71, 14 points. GWS's way. Walker with 2, couple single goal kickers, and Green with 3. Laird 33, 11 tackles and 5 clearances. Dawson 28, 7 tackles, 7 score involvements. Smith 27, 807 metres gained. And Hinge 25, 8 intercepts. Then we had Kelly for 28, 21 contested, 9 clearances and 6 tackles. Whitfield 28, 6 marks, 12 intercepts, 6 score involvements and 6 rebound 50s. Talking points, don't sleep on the Giants.
Don't sleep on them, mate. They're coming, especially with Toby Green in that side.
Oh, 100%.
When Toby Green... I
told you that. When Toby Green...
Amazing. I had people laugh at me when I said Toby Green arguably could be nearly the best player in the game. He's top 5 without a doubt. I think when I did my top 20, he was in my top 5. Toby Green is top 5 for the impact he does because realistically, he's a midfielder.
Yeah.
He was a midfielder when he first got drafted. He's been pushed down and forward and look what he does. And it's just the way, it's his footy smarts and everything about him. And when he's up and about, it's so good to watch. Thumbs on seats.
He's another one that's become captain, hasn't really done anything stupid lately, so which is good. But yeah, like I told you ages ago, Green in the side, they win. Mm-hmm. Green out, hoping like they've got no hope in hell because it's just his presence.
Yep,
that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he scores his goals, but it's his presence that really puts the fear in the other team. So, Lockie Whitfield stars in his 200th game.
Will he be on the move at the end of the season, though?
Possibly.
Yep.
Possibly, yes, because he might want to play in a final. Like, if GWS don't make it this year, he might not. He might move.
Yep.
GWS make final, sorry. It'll still be a tough call, but I think he might stay.
Yep.
Depends on how his relationship is with the coach, which is the main part.
Now, the next one was a very interesting, bit of a heated moment, this young fella had.
Oh, yeah, Joshua Shelley.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, I've watched that.
What do you think of it?
Yeah. It's fair.
2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
he punched it, he snocked it.
I get it, he lost his cool, but what was he doing? He got bumped over, he appealed for the free kick, that's all right. But then he went out of his way to chase him down.
Did he?
He got up, he got pushed over by, I think it was Harry Perriman. He said to the umpire, my head, and then Perriman's just like running off to the play pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Rochelle got up, went out of his way to chase him, grab him, and chuck him to the ground. Then gives away the free kick, and then Jack Buckley comes over and that's who he kind of just chucks the elbow up.
Yeah, it's fair. 2 matches, deserves it. In those type of things, you just really need to keep you cool in those type of situations, especially with all the suspensions going around now.
Yeah,
and fines have been around for ages, but they don't really matter as much. But the suspension side of it, need to really start keeping you cool. That's really it for that. And
for some reason, I haven't wrote any talking points for the next games, but there's definitely some ones that I know, like, off the cusp. I don't know what I've done there, but anyways, Sunday, North Melbourne, Hawthorn. I haven't even wrote the score down there. I must have done this half asleep these last few games. But it was Hawthorn with the win. If we just get it up here. 40-88, Hawthorn winning by 48 points. So some of the goal kickers for North, you had Curtis with 2 innings and single goal kickers. Bruce and Lewis both kicked 3. And for some disposals for North, Bailey Scott's actually having a really good year, I think, with 34, 8 marks, 9 rebound 50s, and 796 metres gain. Sheasel had his 30 and also copped a tag from Finn McGuinness in the second half.
Yeah, I did say that.
Aiden Core had 27, and Dave Juniak had, what did he have? 26, I believe. And Newcomb had 33 for the Hawks with 9 scoring runs, 7 clearances. Amon was huge for the Hawks with 33, 85% efficiency, 8 inside 50s, and 130 metres gain. Nash had 32. Warple also had 32. Day had 28. Ward had 28. McDonald had 27. Moore had 27. So some big ones there for the Hawks. Question of the day is, do North deserve a priority pick?
No.
That's the topic of the day.
No.
No?
They've got plenty of good players down there.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not putting it on the board.
Yep. Well, they're now 2-15.
Yeah, but they've got a couple in their twos that they're not playing as well. Like Aaron Hall, I think I overheard, racked up 40-odd touches in the twos.
Yep.
You got him in your twos, but you're not playing him in your ones.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep him
Yeah.
around? Get rid of him and try and get some more young talent in then.
Yeah.
Don't leave blokes in the twos if they're playing well, but you're playing shithouse in the ones.
Yep.
So that's their own fault. So no.
And it's really sad to see one guy who always tries his heart out, the young guy, George Warlow, went down with another hamstring, I believe.
Really?
So, or an ACL. It might be an ACL. It's one of them, but he went down with an injury earlier on. But that's probably about all the games. But it's good to see some young Hawks stand up, like at the likes of Connor McDonald and Josh Ward, really stamping their names, and Jai Newcomb, who we know is a star.
Yeah, the star from Poo-Wong.
Yeah, do you want to take West Coast Richmond?
Sure, mate. Well, actually wasn't too bad of this game. West Coast came back a little tiny bit, but not much. So, West Coast versus Richmond, 8-12-60, defeated by 4-14-98, 38 points, Richmond's way. Goal kickers, Allen 3, and then single goal kickers, and then we had Bolton for 2, Martin for 2, Pickett for 2, and then other single goal kickers. And then we had Shiva 28, 5 clearances, Kelly 27, 6 clearances, and 12 inside 50s. Then we have Riola, mind you, 31, 97% efficiency.
That's huge.
7 score involvements and 552 metres gained. Taranto, 27, 8 clearances and 8 tackles. Is he in the top 150?
He is, 100%.
And then we had Hopper, 25, 7 clearances and 7 tackles. Quick talking point on that.
Mm-hmm.
Should Dusty have been in trouble?
For?
Striking. Did you not see it?
I don't think I've seen that one, no.
I think he gave an elbow to the bloke in the guts behind play.
Okay, yep.
Do you reckon that's worthy?
I mean, it is striking.
Yeah.
What, does he cop the fine, has he?
I don't even know. I think he's on the MRO.
Yep.
So I don't know if anything's been told yet, but I was just saying what you thought.
Yeah, so I haven't actually seen that one because I actually didn't watch the game because I thought, what a boring one. But there's one thing I want to talk about. Surely you've seen this going around. Maurice Rioli Jr. What do you think of this?
Well, like the coach said, he's a young player and it's not nice getting subbed out.
Mm.
But in the other sense of it, suck it up.
Yep.
I heard he was playing poor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Have a talk with the coach on why you got subbed out.
Yep.
And be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Your team still won. Like, what more? Like, you can't really sit there and crack the sads all the time. Like, what happens if you get you play next week and you get subbed out again? What are you going to do? Crack the sads again?
Yeah.
So.
So I'm just clicking on here now. If it wants to load for me, the Dusty thing. I think he's just copped a fine. But I can't get it up going at the moment. But moving on to the round 18 team of the week.
There we go.
And then we'll do the rolling all Australians. There is a few changes.
Is there?
Yes, there is a few changes. Okay, as we get this one open. Okay, my round 18 team of the week. Bit of a drum roll, please. All right, starting from the full back line, we're going to go with Will Powell, Callum Wilkie, and Nasiah Wanganeen-Malira.
Oh.
Half back line, Dan Houston, Sam Taylor. That's one person we didn't talk about. How much of a difference does he make coming back into that side for GWS Giants?
Oh, 100%.
He's a star. And Rory Atkins on the other half back flank.
Yep.
Across the centre line, Josh Dacos, Marcus Bontempelli, and Errol Goulden.
Yep.
Half forward line is Christian Petracca, Charlie Curnow, and Toby Green. Full forward line is Tom Papley, Jack Lukosius, and Jamie Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
My midfield is Max Gawn, Tom Atkins, and Nick Dacos.
Yep.
And my interchange is Max Holmes, Jake Melksham, because you just got to add him.
Yeah, why not?
I tried to get him in the starting, but then I was like, Papley kid kick 4. So I was like, Jake Melksham, Jack Silvani, Carl Amon, and my sub was Tom Liberatore. Any questions about any of the players that I had in there? Because I do have their stats to back them up if you have any questions for those players.
No, it's pretty good. It's probably actually your first I haven't had questions about.
Yeah, because normally you do. That's why I always come prepared with I read their stats out. All right, moving over to the next one. So we got the rolling All-Australian. A couple changes. Starting with the full back line. This one might shock you, and don't say I'm biased because I'm a Collingwood supporter, because everyone's talking about it too, and I think just the way he's progressed and his one-on-one ability, one of the back pockets, in comes Isaac Quainer.
Yeah, he has been pretty good this
Then Harris Andrews and Charlie Ballard.
Yep.
My half-back line is Dan Houston goes from a back pocket to the half-back.
Okay.
Darcy Moore and Jack Sinclair.
Yep.
Notice something there you'll see later. But centre line is Josh Dacos, Marcus Bonapelli, and Nick Martin. What?
What do you mean notice something there?
You'll notice something soon.
All right, go on.
My half-forward line is Jeremy Finlayson, Joe Danaher.
Martin's out.
No, Nick Martin's on the wing. You'll notice insane. Jeremy Finlayson, Joe Danaher, and Christian Petracca.
Yeah.
Full forward line is Isaac Rankin, Taylor Walker, and Toby Green.
Yeah.
My midfield is Tim English, Jordan Dawson, and now you have to consider him a midfielder now. So in the other midfield spot is Nick Dacos.
Is that
because he's off the halfback. I can't put him in the halfback now because he's not playing halfback anymore.
No, that's fair.
But he's probably the one of, if not the best performing player in the game at the moment.
Yeah.
So starting in the midfield there. And my interchange is Connor Rosie, Caleb Sarong, Zach Merritt, Zach Butters, and my sub is Errol Goulden. So just a couple of swaps there was Dan Houston from the pocket to the flank, Nick Dacos from halfback into the midfield. Zach Butters just goes to the bench, and Tim Taranto comes out, and Isaac Quainer comes in.
Taranto out?
Yeah, Taranto slid out. I just couldn't fit him in. Because it was just, do I put Taranto over a Goulden? Do I put Taranto over a Butters?
The only thing I could say about Taranto is he's been very consistent.
The other players I had though,
yeah,
more damaging. That's what I'm going off to.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'd be more nothing against Tim Taranto. That one was I tossed and turned, and I was like, am I really going to leave Tim Taranto out here?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then I did. All right, you know what time it is, and you've got your person.
Yes, I do.
Ready?
Phillips, great grab. He's been so impressive this bloke. First
Phillips off the ground, goal. Oh, the big goal.
Oh, good tackle on that occasion by Phillips. Aggressive tackle it was by Phillips.
All right, mate, do you want to lead the way?
So, I came in tonight. I completely forgot I had to pick a player, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I quickly ran through the stats, had a look, and someone just really caught my eye. It was someone we really mentioned, and we said he had a really, really big game. He's in the Gold Coast Suns.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Rory Atkins.
Yes, I like it.
Reason being, like I said, he hasn't been in that side very often, and he comes back. Now I've got to actually remember what he actually had. 32 touches.
32 disposals, 2 goals, 8 marks, 7 intercepts, 7 score involvements, 716 metres gained.
Can't ask for more out of that player. So he's my team player.
And last week was actually a draw.
What, between Waitman and...
Waitman and Hardwick.
Really?
Yeah, you came back in the end.
Yes.
Now, my player. This guy has to be the most versatile player in the AFL. Any coach would love to have him.
Yes.
He can play back.
Yes.
He can play in the middle.
Ooh.
He can play in the ruck. He can play on a wing.
He can play bloody anywhere.
He can play bloody anywhere. Growing up, this individual, was not thinking, I'm going to be an AFL player. He was going down a different route. Let's say he was going down a running route. To put it more in Pacific, he was going down a steeplechasing route. So my player is Mark Blitzarves. For his 19 disposals and 2 goals and just his willingness and effort. He's running. Like I said, he's got to be the most versatile player in our game, I believe. And if not, the most athletic, gifted player in our game.
It's quite surprising. He's very tall as well.
Yeah, so
and he's pretty fast.
198 centimetres and 101 kilos.
Yeah, so that says it all.
Yeah, but I just thought, we were talking about it before we came on with the family. I saw Ned down there, and I was like, yeah, he is so good. Like, I thought he wasn't that great when he first started, but he's
blossomed.
He's missed the fix it for
yeah.
Chris Scott. Like, he can tag as well. He can
do anything.
Imagine lining up. Imagine you're going in the midfield, and we'll use Collingwood player for me, for example. Yep. Imagine Nick Dacos and he's lining up on Mark Blixarves. Imagine that. Mark Blix goes, yeah, no worries, mate. Just grabs him like a rag doll. See you later.
The thing is...
And could probably outrun you.
The thing is, like, he's the type of bloke that you could chuck down in the back line for the last 5 minutes trying to save a thing.
He's an all-Australian defender.
Exactly. So, that's when, like we were talking about with Brisbane before, if you're going to do that, you need someone like a Mark Blixarves that can do everything and still attack.
Well, where I think they went wrong was maybe they should have stayed with Jack Gunston doing that, but instead said, hey, Jack, why don't you go man up Harris Andrews, man?
Yeah.
Let Harris Andrews be the loose man intercepting. Imagine that. He's the best, probably one of the best intercept defenders in the game.
Yeah, and you didn't let him do it.
Yeah, so it's strange.
I don't like Chris Fagan anyway, so.
So it's strange. But before we get on to our tips, who have you got this weekend, mate?
Bulldogs. Oh, wait.
Local.
CPL.
Okay, yep.
They're sitting second in the twos. I don't know. I think sitting third in the ones, maybe second.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're sitting third.
Yep.
Third or fourth, one or two.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a pretty, hopefully a close contest if we can keep up with them. We did it against, kept up with Endeavour Hills until the last quarter. Last time they're sitting top and they haven't lost a game.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll hopefully probably take the outright winner and piss off to Div 2. But yeah, it should be a close game this week.
Now, I can't remember who they're versing, but I'm down at Officer Recreation Reserve. So a bit more of a close one for me. But
about time.
Next weekend's going to be a big weekend.
Bucks.
Are you going to launch?
Oh, mate, it's only one night.
Yeah, you're gonna launch.
I've got to
so
do
JP's
something.
got his Bucks night next weekend, next Saturday. We don't know the exact details. We've got kind of a little bit of details going on.
We've got it all. It's just the time.
Yeah, exactly. But that should be a good one. And let's finish off with our tips, hey?
Yeah, right.
Friday night. So no more Thursday night footy for the rest of the year. What's your thoughts on that?
I like Thursday night footy.
Yeah, I do too. I think 95 to 99% of AFL lovers like Thursday night footy.
But you finish footy training. You go in for a hot meal.
Footy's
TV's on. Footy's on. You're like, yes, this is awesome. Go home. By the time you get home, footy's still on. You can go there, watch that, and then go to bed. So I like it. It's a good idea. They should really get more Thursday night games in.
And before we get on to tips, actually, what about I forgot to mention, the wild card thing that's floating around. What do you think of this?
Wild card?
Have you not heard of this?
No.
That Andrew Dillon's going to... What have you been listening to, mate? He's putting up for throwing in the idea of a wild card weekend. So that pre-finals bye.
Yeah.
7th v 10th, 8th v 9th.
Well, whoever wins.
So it's the wild card. So you're top 8. You're not... What do you think? You're top 8. You're not secure. Some people... A lot of people love it. Some people are like, oh, I don't know. But so...
Nah.
7th v 10th and 8th v 9th.
No, because if you weren't good to make the 8 in the first place, and let's say 8th lose to 9th and 7th lose to 10th, whatever, right? They go in. First week of finals, whoever's playing against them, they get blown away like that.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
Mm-hmm.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You'd rather keep the team that's already playing, and then it just makes a longer final series for those two teams that actually play. And if they make it, makes a longer final series. Oh, sorry, it makes a longer final series for all the teams that make it.
Yeah.
The both teams that make it. Sorry. Like, it's just, that's silly.
Yep.
Silly.
All right, Friday night, you got your Bombers v. the Western Bulldogs. Should be a really good game, I think, but I think I'm going to back the Dogs.
Bombers.
Saturday at the G, Richmond and Hawthorn. I'm going to go with the Tigers.
Yep, Richmond.
2:10 at Marvel, we got Carlton and West Coast Blues.
West Coast.
Okay.
Why not?
4:35 at the Gabba, we got Brisbane and Geelong. I'm going with Brisbane. And Geelong have snuck their way up to 5th.
Geelong.
They snuck their way up to 5th on the ladder.
No.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but that just shows how tight the contest is.
Exactly. That's why that's their argument for wildcard weekend too, because how tight it is. Saturday night at Optus Stadium, you got Freo versus Sydney. Freo at Optus should get that done.
Sydney.
Now this is a cracking game. Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide and Collingwood. I'm going to back my boys in. And did you see Braden Maynard's comments?
No, what did you say?
I'm going to try and see if I can find it because this is unreal.
If the how many players do you reckon will actually come in back?
Majority of them.
I'll go Port.
Yeah, no, I'm not even like.
Do you want to know the reason I go Port? All right, you've had close contests against both Adelaide sides. I reckon this time one Adelaide side actually gets it done against his.
Yep.
So I'll go Port.
So pretty much, I can't find it, but pretty much, he goes. They'll like to him. What did you think of Port next week?
Yep.
What's your thoughts on the game? And he goes, "Oh, we're up for all challenges. We're top of the ladder for a reason. And I tell you what, Port better bring their A game because we're coming in to give them a good fight." That was post game. I loved it. It made great theatre. If you get the chance to try and find it, it was actually amazing. I'll try and find it for you, but as well. But next, you can do the next game if you get the AFL app open.
Yeah, man. Where are we? 19. There we are.
Sunday.
Giants versus Suns. Giants.
Yeah, Giants for me.
Close game here, I reckon. Melbourne, Adelaide. But it's at the MCG.
Hey, JP, live on air.
Yeah.
It's got a message from your missus. Is JP there when he should be doing wedding stuff? Oh, no, JP. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But anyway, so yeah, got Giants, Gold Coast. Did you say Giants?
Yep.
Yeah, Giants. Melbourne, Adelaide.
I'm going Adelaide.
I'm going Melbourne at the G.
And I'm going North.
St Kilda, North at Marvel. I'm going to go to the Saints. All right. That just about rounds up the show. As always, guys, thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. And we'll see you again next week. And JP's going to go home and do that wedding stuff now, aren't you, JP? See you guys.
See you, mate.